What's up, everybody? How you doing out there? Welcome to the 411 podcast. It is Saturday, July 10th, and we have a special guest, Miss Nicole Bird, coming into the 411 podcast. So let's go ahead and kick this thing off and get it started right where we know how to do it. And the song of the day is I'll Take You There by the Staple Sisters, off of the album Be Altitude, Respect Yourself, released in 1972. Also off of that album, there's a song called Let's Do It Again. So anybody who can remember the Staple Sisters, I'll Take You There, Salt and Pepper also sampled for their single Let's Talk About Sex, little pieces of that song. So go back and listen to the Staple Sisters, I'll Take You There, and then go and listen to Salt and Pepper's Let's Talk About Sex, and you'll hear exactly what I'm talking about. And there's no coincidence that today is Mavis Staples' birthday. So happy birthday to Mavis Staples. And, you know, I had to go back and I was like, yeah, I remember that song. And so song of the day, I'll Take You There by the Staples Sisters. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out to a few support the 411 podcast. So we're going to kick this thing off with Soul Girl, and that is spelled SOLE. Check her out on Instagram. Also, Lakeisha and Abundance Moon, thank you so much for supporting. Melissa Brown, Mr. Trenton, New Jersey, Farrell himself, thank you so much. SE Essentials, Crochet Clothing, Curvy Dolls Boutique, You Love Chani Boutique, hopefully I'm saying that right. You Love Chani Boutique, this must be your first time coming in. Thank you so much for joining. And Bad Counsel Podcast as well. This is another newcomer. Thank you so much for supporting the 411 podcast. So last night we did our first Freestyle Friday. We want to, flip things up a bit, shake things up a bit, and open up the doors a little bit more. So we had a decent show last night for the first night doing a Freestyle Friday. So again, if you want to chat with me, if you want to talk with me, you've been waiting, patiently waiting. Now's the opportunity. Come on in on Freestyle Friday and try to get in where you can fit in. And we're going to take this thing around and just try to have some, open dialogue all over. You bring the topics. You bring the topics to me and we'll talk about it. Freestyle Fridays. So the burning question recap from yesterday was, what age is it appropriate for your teenage daughter to wear a two-piece bathing suit? When does mommy and daddy finally just say, okay, all right, it is what it is. You're old enough. You win. All right, you can go ahead and do what you want to do. Is it age 13? Is it age 15? Or is it age 16? Or are you going to be a crazy parent and say, no, you don't wear that type of stuff until you are 18 years old? What's going on, SOS? How are you? So recap yesterday. What age is it appropriate for your teenage daughter to wear a two-piece bathing suit? Is it 13 when they be a new teenager? Would you say that it's 15, 16? Some cultures, they, I guess, turn or I guess become of a woman at 15, and then other cultures is 16. Or would you say, hey, listen, you have to wait till you turn 18 to be able to wear that type of stuff? When does mommy and daddy say, okay, listen, I give up. It is what it is. You can and you can do it. I'm tired of telling you not to put it on. I'm tired of telling you to cover up. I'm tired of telling you this. I'm tired of telling you that. You know what you want. Melanin Queens, thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate all of the love and support that you have been given. And SOS, you can't be tired. It's the 411 podcast. You want to talk about tired? Today I had a crazy day. I was all the way in Philly, and then I had to turn around and go, towards the shore. At least about 2-3 hours in a car today. It was insane. And normally I get a little downtime, I get a little rest before coming in here and doing a show. But I'm straight right on in from sitting in a car for 2-3 hours today. But I'm excited to be here and excited to see y'all. So Melanin Queen says it depends on the two-piece as well. That is true. That is very true. Very, very true. But I just want y'all to think about it. It's summertime, almost coming on, believe it or not, before you know it, that, fall. But while the weather is still hot, while things are still crazy, summer is in full effect. At what age is it appropriate for your teenage daughter to wear a two-piece bathing suit? What's going on, Serene Poems? Oh, you went tubing on a river, and now that will make you very tired. Somebody has said, hey, Laren, I'm inviting you to go kayaking. And I said, we're going to have to take a rain check on that. I don't think I'm quite ready for that, but I'm going to try it one day. But I just don't think that I'm ready to be doing anybody's kayaking right now. Yeah, get a little nervous about certain things. And I don't know you well enough, and I probably have said something that you don't like on a 411 podcast, and that would be a perfect opportunity for you to try to drown me. So until we, test these waters out a little bit and I know what my surroundings are, yeah, I'm not going kayaking with you. Not by myself. I need to have some backup. I need to have some security or some bodyguards if you think that I'm going to go kayaking with you. If y'all hear a story, 411 podcaster is going missing, y'all might need to check the river because somebody has probably done something to me. Special guest Nicole Bird is getting ready to come in the building here. I just want to say thank you all so much for joining. And again, people on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, of course, I thank each and every one of you. But I'm determined to fix the issues that we have been having mysteriously on this podcast. We have done so many shows together and so many great shows, and with just bare minimum. And they were just wonderful. And all of a sudden, things start to get crappy. Instagram cuts up whenever it feels like it. I have no idea what's going on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. That has been just real in and out for at least 2 weeks now, maybe even more. Who knows? But it's been really, really, really bad for the last 2 weeks. And I've been fixing things, deleting things, trying this, trying that. So if you see that something's jacked up and something is skipping, something just doesn't sound right or look right, DM me, drop it in the comments, let me know. I really would hate to completely do a complete overhaul, but if I have to do that, I certainly will. I'm sure that everybody out there gets the same good quality experience. Even though Instagram has been cutting up lately, I will say that out of all of the platforms, I am least concerned about what I see on Instagram. So you might want to go ahead and head on over to Instagram. I know there was a time where I was saying you might want to go head on over to YouTube. Who the hell knows? But right now, you might want to go ahead and head on over to Instagram and tag a friend. Let them know what's going on in the 411. You have no idea what you're going to get. You have no idea who you meet. I love when I hear stories like, Laren, oh my God, I was watching your show and thank you so much because you introduced me to this person or you introduced me to that person. The friendships that have been built inside of the 411 are priceless. Even people who reach out to me and talk to me, it's priceless. But when I see people interact with each other that they have met through the 411 podcast, then I, can say, you know what, Laren, you have actually done your job. You've done what you're supposed to do, bring like-minded individuals together. And that's what it is. So yeah, tag a friend. Tell them to come on in the 411 podcast. Just as well as we might think that people know who I am or who we are as a group, there's so many people out there that don't even know what we're doing. So tag a friend and let them know, and take it from there. So now we're getting ready to reach out to Miss Nicole Bird and see what she has going on in her neck of the woods. Love you too, SOS. It is so crazy how long it's been, and things are getting ready to get real interesting on here.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. Welcome to the 411 podcast. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I have a simple question for you before we get started. Because, I had a crazy day today. I was all over the place in the car for about 3 hours and lost my mind a little bit. But we got a little special surprise here. So I had to call on the sun goddess. So I got a little bit of sun goddess Juan Sauvignon Blanc from the Queen of Hip Hop Soul, Mary J. Blige. So are you a Mary J. Blige fan?
I am. I love her.
I always shout out Mary so much, and I talk about Mary so much. And Mary has been a part of my life since I was 11 years old, and I am 40 today. So the famous question is, what's your favorite Mary J. Blige song?
What's the 411?
Oh, that's what's up. That's very appropriate for the show, the 411 podcast. So that inspired me to start this here. So welcome.
Thank you.
So where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
All of the North Carolinas and the South Carolinas. Every night that I speak to someone from either North or South, I apologize to them in advance because I tend to get. So now at the beginning of the show, I want you to pay very close attention because I am saying North, and hopefully by the end I continue to say North and I don't flip up and say South. Because after I finish this glass of wine here, I might be saying that it's Georgia after the end of the night, but we'll see.
That is all right.
All right, so what type of business do you do?
I am a floral designer, and actually it's a skill that I just picked up during COVID.
Oh, that's very interesting. Good. So you're a floral, you picked it up during COVID. Here's a question that I have to ask you. Was COVID-19, the whole shutdown, the whole lockdown, was it good for you or was it not?
You know what? In a way, I'm gonna say it was good for me. It caused me to sit down, kind of reevaluate some things, what was important to me, and I actually have a background in banking.
Okay.
And I had been doing event planning for 5 years. So I kind of had my hand already in the wedding industry. But I was trying to do everything. I was trying to plan the wedding, I was trying to design the wedding, I was trying to do the florals, I was trying to do everything but cook.
Ooh.
And I realized, I was doing everything. That's the only drawback when you're an event planner. You have a hand in some of everything, which is good and it's bad. But for me, it was bad. It was very stressful. Plus working my 9 to 5.
Oh, yeah.
And when COVID hit, it shut everything down. Nobody's married, nobody's doing anything because you can only have so many people. And when those are important events, and you want to have everybody there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I decided, I always kind of like flowers. I always loved the decor side. And we have a floral designer that's kind of famous. Well, I don't say kind of. She is famous in our area. Is Joanna Little.
Okay.
With on occasions, and she opened up her school, and I attended. And my business, I'm making more money, have more business doing this than I ever did.
Even more than
event.
In event planning. I was gonna say
and banking.
Oh, congratulations. That is exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
That is good because guess what? I bet when you wake up in the morning, you jump up and you feel so passionate, you feel so inspired because you are working for yourself. And again, this is what I talk about on the 411 podcast. When you try to switch things around and it actually works because you're doing something you're supposed to be doing. When God gives you something and it's something real, all of these, what do they say? Supernaturals will happen. Like, did you ever think?
Oh my God, yes.
Did you ever think that you would be making more money doing something that you love to do with your name stamped on it, your passion, your business, your everything, versus what you were doing before?
I can say that I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. So I knew that I always wanted to work for myself, but finding that niche was what was always hard for me. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. And so finally falling into this, I mean, it's not a day that is, of course, some things are stressful. That's just life. But when, I have a wedding coming up tomorrow, and I have been working nonstop for 4 days. But you know what? I wake up every day with joy, even burning on fumes.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm working for myself.
Exactly.
So that's the whole difference as opposed to working for somebody else, and you're running on both ends of the candlestick. You're like, when is this going to end? Whereas for me right now, it's just amazing.
And sometimes it does end when you work for somebody else and they decide to turn around and do the 180 on you. And then now you sitting there stuck like, oh my God, I did this for you. I did that for you. I sacrificed my family. I sacrificed this. I sacrificed that. That's why when them people be coming in these places and blowing up and shooting up people, sometimes you got to wonder why.
Exactly.
Like, what happened here?
And they gave their all, and it wasn't appreciated.
I ain't going to say nothing because I ain't going to go to jail tonight. But we just gonna keep it just like we just gonna keep it like that. Cause I got 2 employers that we ain't gonna say anything here. Hashtag growth, trying to move past things and not staying stuck in the past.
Right.
I just want to tell you that you sound really good tonight, real loud and crystal clear. This just makes just a good environment here tonight. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for bringing the energy, because I definitely feel it. So your company, give us the name of your company. Let us know where we can find you at on social media. If you have a website, what do we have going on?
Well, the name of my company is Bird Nest Events and Design. I'm also rebranding it to Bird Nest Events and Floral Design, incorporating those florals. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Bird Nest Events. My website is birdnestevents.com.
Very good, very good. Birdnestevents.com. And bird is spelled B-Y-R-D.
Right, BYRD.
Yeah,
That's the only good thing I took away from my marriage. What's that last name?
You know what? I just want you to stop. I really do. I don't know where this is coming from. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on real quick. I have to. Sun Goddess. What's the 411? My Life, Share My Mary album. No More Drama, Love and Life. You just naming shit. The Breakthrough, Growing Pains. Stronger with Each Tear. We're gonna take it through the whole thing. Wow. All right. So what is it like? So when you prepare for your day, what is it like?
I get up. Well, I have my alarm set to begin work at 8:30, and my quitting time is 2:00. So whatever's not done in that time will not get done until the next day.
Okay.
I try to allow myself time to take breaks,
yes.
When I want to, however long I want to. But what's funny is being a creative, the downside is if I got an idea, I got to get up and do it right then. So it may be 1:00, it could be 4:00. But I've got to strike while the iron is hot. And my body will not allow me to sleep until I actually get the idea down. I
hear you on that because I've been there before. But you know what? My problem is that I will stay up and work on something. Like if I have a new project or a new thought or new something in my mind, I'm not going to sleep to work on it. I'm going to kill it.
No.
I am going to kill it, murder it. But let me tell you, when I finally do get to sleep, ugh.
Oh, it's a sweet sleep.
You get a bomb to wake me up. And I literally cuss myself out because I'm like, that didn't make any sense that you slept like that. But
I know with me. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying, but it's crazy. But go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, like the wedding that I have planned for tomorrow. I have been working 4 days straight just designing their flowers. I lay down for a couple hours and get back up because it's 400 people. So by the time you do the altar, I'm going to say the ceremony space, the reception space, the sweetheart table, the bridal bouquet, the bridesmaids. And I'm a one woman show.
I was just getting ready to ask if you're doing that all by yourself.
I am, but when it's to set it up, I have help. But as far as the designing part, it's just me.
Okay. It's better off that way, right? Because at least it's going to get done right.
You better know it.
And if anything, people who are around me, when I'm doing something or I'm putting something on, I turn into a whole different person. And I kind of feel bad because if you step in my way and you do something crazy, it's not going to be right, And you're gonna get a different side of me. Like, get out of the way.
Matter of fact.
Yeah. Like between the hours like I want to say 8 and 9 o'clock, 8 and 10. You probably want to stay away from me because I'll be doing something. And don't ask me to do anything. Don't do this. Don't do that because you're gonna get a different side of me. Like, that's my time. Leave me alone.
Exactly. But you just want it to be right, and you're so passionate about it that if someone messes up, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
But I told my ladies last night, I said, we either gonna have it all right or it'll be all wrong. It's gonna be one of the two. But for me, I want it all right.
Like
I want it all.
I've been struggling with some of these streaming platforms, and my quality sometimes is not right, or the visual is not right, and it really bothers me. So I'm determined to fix it and figure out what the problem is. But You know what also though is that when things don't go right, are you able to accept it and move on and be like, okay, that's just a part of life. That's a part of whatever happened. And since the break didn't matter, what is the lesson that I need to learn behind here? And
Right.
I'm thinking that mine might be is that I'm too much of a particular person or perfectionist or this or that. And if stuff break down, if I say something stupid on the show here that, I stumble over my words or the audio is jacked up or this is jacked up, you just gonna deal with it,
Right. You gotta go with the flow. You gotta go with the flow. You just go with it and keep on moving, and it'll work out. And then you'll know for the next time I need to do this, or I need to do that.
Nicole Bird.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna make sure that I got this right. Bird. Say again, what's the business?
Bird. And you can call me Nikki. I actually prefer Nikki as opposed to Nicole. Nicole is like the government name,
Nikki.
That's the government name. And Nikki is cutesy and it's fun and that's my family has always called me Nikki.
So it is a Bird Nest. Tell us what the business is again.
Bird Nest Events and Design.
Bird Nest Events and Design. And Bird is spelled BYRD. And what is the website again?
Birdnestevents.com.
Birdnestevents.com. People on TikTok, what's up? How you doing? Go ahead and share or tag, whatever you want to call it. Invite your friends inside. All right. Nikki Bird. Bird Nest Events and Design.
You got it.
And that is BYRD.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So she is on Instagram. You said you were on Facebook. And what else are you on?
I am on Instagram, Facebook, and I was on Pinterest. I take that off. Nobody really does Pinterest. And let me just say this. Pinterest is the devil. Do not base any of your events off of Pinterest. Pinterest is only for inspiration only. People will come and show you a picture. I want it just like that. Just like that is going to cost you $10,000.
I'm one of those people where I'll be like, I want it just like that. And when the thing didn't turn out the way I wanted it, I'll be the first one to have an attitude.
Well, yeah, you can get just what you see, but it's going to cost you just what you see.
You know what I like about weddings? The one thing that I like about weddings are cakes. And I love when cakes are tall and out of control. And when people think they can make cakes that like that and they can't stand to the top, I really think y'all should stay away from it because somebody is going to cuss you out if you don't do it the right way. Right.
Well, you know what? They can make a pretty cake, but they're good. And so you got to decide, do you want it to be pretty or do you want it to taste good?
I think for a wedding, pretty. I don't that all of the hype, all of the excitement, all of the everything that's going on. I really think that you're worried about taste. It's more so of the look,
Yeah, because you can buy a Walmart cake and cut it in the back. Are they going to know?
First of all, you can go and get you a Costco cake. Let me tell you about those Costco cakes. That is the best taste of my life. The icing is like 2, 3, 4 inches thick. Let me tell you about a Costco cake, and it is so big, and it's for $19.99 or something like that, and you can feed an army. Shout out to they ain't paying me for this, but it is great, and it is better than BJ. It is better than BJ's, so don't let anybody get you all twisted up by those Sam's Club, BJ's. Costco, hands down, their cakes are amazing.
Oh, well, let me hit you to Lowe's. Lowe's got a good cake too.
And also, Giant Supermarket. You probably don't have it there down south. Y'all got stuff like Pixie, whatever, Piggly Wiggly y'all got down there. But up here in North,
we don't have we do where there is no Piggly Wiggly.
We got something.
It's just straight Lowe's and Food Line.
Wait a minute. Did you say Lowe's, like the hardware store?
Yeah, LOWES.
We have that, but you can 2x4s and building homes and stuff. Yeah, we got a Lowe's here that is in competition with Depot. So you trying to tell me that there's a grocery store chain called Lowe's?
It is.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is.
We have something called Giant up here, and they have
I've heard of Giant.
They have the best carrot cake that you ever would taste in your life. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So between Costco and between a good carrot cake from Giant, I don't even know what to tell you. Be ready.
All right.
Be ready to slap somebody.
Well.
I don't even know how we got on this here, but I think the cake is most important.
Well, yeah. Well, I think we got on it because I was just saying, you know what? I don't know what I was saying, but you know, it's like that sometimes.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. So
just move on.
Let's talk about how much your services will cost. So if I'm getting ready to get married, which absolutely will not happen, but if I was getting ready to get married and I just wanted the basic package, shout out to my cousin who's getting ready to make one of the interesting decisions in her lifetime. I'll be attending a wedding on Friday, so yeah.
Oh, congratulations to her.
Yeah, congratulations for making a very interesting decision in your lifetime. We're just gonna leave it at that. How much would a basic package cost? Basic
is $2,500, just bare minimum, just to obligate it, because flowers are expensive. I actually have a flower shortage going on right now.
You know, I am so tired of all of these people with this shortage, that shortage. I heard something crazy that the powers that be actually told some of the farmers, and it could be some of the, you do have to grow flowers and stuff, to throw the stuff away. We'll pay you to throw it away. So you can actually create a shortage. That's what I was told. I don't know if I was told it or I read it or I came across it somewhere on one of these social media platforms, but the powers that be told the farmers, we'll give you this amount of money if you stop growing crops, or either you just throw them away or something like that. Do you imagine that? So now we're telling people to throw away so that we could actually create a issue. And when you create an issue, it's basically to raise the prices and have inflation.
Yeah, but because think about it, chicken. There's a shortage for chicken.
Listen, I don't eat any meat, and
oh, you don't?
No, and after seeing a couple things, and I don't want to ruin it for other people, but
please don't, because I love chicken.
Me too. I mean, I was that type of kid that my cousins and stuff, they used to go crazy over the Golden Arch every time they saw McDonald's. They used to lose their mind in the car, and I used to be like, I want to see KFC, and my grandmother would turn around and get them what they need from McDonald's, but then go and make a special stop for me. Like, I knew I was special growing up, but yeah, I was always eating chicken. I was eating chicken so much that they called me the Chicken Man.
Oh, honey, I love chicken. I love it fried, dyed, laid to the side.
Every time I was young, I just had a little drumstick or a leg in my hand. Crazy. Yeah. All right. So now I have a question. I'm sure you're new to this here. I don't know if you've ever watched the show, but we have something which is called Burning Questions. And Burning Questions is a segment of the show where basically we flip it. We flip the interview and I put my guest in a hot seat. So are you ready for Burning Questions?
I'm ready.
Okay, so here we go. So when it comes to animals or phobias in general, what are they?
Snakes. I am terrified of snakes.
I would agree.
I'm terrified of snakes, but I love animals. As a matter of fact, I have two dogs and a bunch of stray cats. So we're those cat women.
Well,
Get to have a bunch of cats.
I just want to tell you that I worked for close to 20 years in the pet industry. So right now, the man that I am today, I want nothing to do with any type of animals at all. I absolutely do not like snakes, and I can't stand spiders neither. So any type of snakes and bugs and stuff like that will bother me. But one of my biggest phobias is, which really bothers me, and it will really trip me up, is statues. Large statues, not anything small, but big, large statues that'll really F me up. And it was probably because I watched too many scary movies as a kid, and I be thinking that things are gonna happen. Like I got this, I have this picture of Elvis behind me, right? I can't tell you how many times I looked at him like, listen, are you getting ready to start moving? Because it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna take you out of this room. But any big portraits or anything crazy like that, where it just looks strange, it will. Yeah, nah, I can't at all. And I went to an antique shop one time. I'm just sitting there in my business and looking at something, and I turned around and there was this big statue staring at me. I almost tore down the wall to get out of that little cupboard.
Get out.
Yeah, I'll do it. Will not do it. I think it happened as a kid. One day I was riding my bike in good old Hamilton Township, and somebody out of nowhere decided to move these large, I guess they're 20-foot statues, and they just started to build something called sculptures or grounds for sculptures. But I used to ride my bike down during this area all the time. Not a problem, nothing. So they moved in the statues overnight. So I started to ride my bike the normal way and turned around and saw this big suit of armor that was like 20, 30 feet tall. And I almost lost my mind when I saw that.
Oh, no.
I think that's where the statue issue started right there. Yeah. Gotta fear large statue. You don't have any fears of anything that really make you stop in your tracks? Like, what's that?
It's not like I think that like snakes. You know, I'm not like you know how people have a fear of clowns. If they see clowns, they start.
Yeah. I had a lot of people who were afraid of clowns, and whenever we brought them into a workplace, they had a problem. Yeah. I love dogs. And I like cats. I love dogs. I like SOS.
But we have like a
I'm saying SOS says she loves cats too. Do you have any cats? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
We have. I know. We probably have about. Currently we have 8 cats. But they're outside. They're outside cats.
You know, I had a cat that would kill stuff and bring it to me and leave it on the porch.
That's because that's how they show they love you.
I was like, oh man, what is this?
That's how they show that they love you, is that they will do things. But I'm telling you, I don't eat, and I don't have any rodents because of those cats. And if they find one, they'll bring it to me. Then next thing you know, I'm like, they'll disappear. They'll drag it off.
Yeah, I get upset when the cats were out in the neighborhood. When I used to live in a specific area, which was nothing but woods and everything like that. And I first moved there, and there was mice in the house, and I said, oh no. So then I started to look and see why the neighbor was feeding the stray cats, and I caught on real quick. So I used to get upset because the cats were all over the place. But then after I saw that damn mouse in the house, I said, oh no, shit. You can feed the cats all you want, but I'm telling you, it made sense, because after we started feeding the cats outside, there wasn't a mouse inside at all, period. So I gladly was accepting all of the cats that were around. But yeah, until I started to eat the fish in my pond, then I had a problem with that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Then you had a problem with it.
So, burning question number 2. What's going on, Miss Lee Dennis? Does fear of rejection show up, cause you to trip over your gut instinct? So is there something that you like, all right, I really want to run with this, or this is right, but then you have a fear of something and then you stop in your tracks?
For a long time, I had a fear of failure. And the reason of that was because I thought I'm a late bloomer. I am 51.
Okay.
So when I decided that I wanted out there to start my own business, that was what got me kind of like, am I too old?
I hear you.
And so with that fear, that kind of kept me from doing things. So when COVID hit, you know what? I said, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out here, and whether I make it or not, at least I.
Yeah.
And I think that's what hinders a lot of people. Is the first thing is, am I too old or am I too young?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I was afraid of social media. That was my big thing. And then when I started to do social media, I was afraid to do certain things. And then finally I was like, you know what? Excuse my language, but I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just go ahead and do it. Because if you don't put yourself out there, and if you don't do this and you don't show any utility, you are going to stay stuck exactly where you are. And do you like where you're at? And the answer was no. Do you want better in your life? Yeah. So you better go ahead and do something a little bit different and show people that you are not that little shy, meek, individual that people know and say, oh, that's just him. You're going to be quiet, sitting somewhere in a corner, not saying. Now people probably would pay me to shut the hell up. Probably. Like, you know what? I'm going to just pay you to shut up and don't say anything anymore. Like,
Well, my thing is now, life is too short, and COVID has proven that. So if it's something that I like, I'm going to do it.
I agree.
I'm going to do it. And one of my mentors, she says, if you're going to fall forward.
And you know what? What's the worst thing that can happen? Somebody going to sit here and tell you.
Yeah.
And here we go.
All they can say is no.
This is lining
That's all
up.
they can say is no.
This is lining up to what my little closing statement will be tonight. This is so funny how it happens, but the worst thing that they can do is say no. And the biggest mistake that you can make is just have fear. I used to have so much fear, and I used to not do so many things because I was worried about what someone say, what they're gonna think, what they're gonna do. Now it's like whatever. I really don't care.
Yeah. I said, honey, once you hit the 50, stop caring. It just hit different.
It hit differently. I mean, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Somebody gonna talk about you? Hell, they probably was talking about you before.
You know what? You're right.
Probably.
You're absolutely right. So I just say, honey, like you say, fuck it and keep on moving.
So now you're in the wedding industry and all of that good stuff. But, so what is considered more sexy these days? Being somebody's fiance or being somebody's husband or wife?
You know what? Fiance is, but being a wife, that's what's sexy.
See, I beg to differ a little bit because, I think that it keeps the excitement going when you haven't actually crossed that threshold yet. I think being a wife or a husband the first year while you're still honeymooning is cool, but you got to be very careful with year 2 and year 3, and don't let that stuff get all stagnant and sit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've done the marriage thing. But I've been with my partner for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So, for 20 years.
And then decided to get married when?
I'm not married now. We're
Oh.
just, we are just in each other. And I'm in love with love. But I don't have, but I had a formal, a big dress, 20,000 people there, and it didn't last. So we just said, we're going to do this thing, but we don't have to have it legal. And it's lasted for 20 years.
I hear you on that. Like, if I'm not going to say that would do it again. No, you can't never say never. I get that. Never.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But you would go away to some exotic place. Just some crazy exotic place that you would be like, how and why and what. Take all of our pictures there, send little postcards. People think and believe that we actually really did it. I ain't signing no paper. You signing no paper. We gonna have some fly rings and clothes and all that great stuff. We could rent that shit and turn around and turn it back in the next day. And then when we come back, we're gonna have a great reception party. And I'm cool because at the end of the day, we didn't really do it. You know what I'm saying? Which will still keep the excitement going because you can't get all cute and think, oh yeah, we done tied together by this, by that. No, still act crazy and act up if you want to. And see, don't I be zipping up my suitcase like MJB and give you, your goodbye song. You know what I'm saying? So people, when they know that they might get that goodbye song, they know how to act good. When you get there and they think that they got enough time on you and you link together and all of this and all of that, people start to get lazy. People start to get arrogant.
Yes,
they might try to take advantage of you like, I got this person. I got them now. They ain't going to wear this and that. But when people think that they're going to lose something that's valuable, they'll act right. So
yeah, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And you just got to do things to keep it fresh. And every year,
absolutely,
I do something different.
Like my biggest thing is pick me up at the bar. Let's act like we don't even know each other. That is one. Yeah. I love that. And even my own insecurities allow some of that stuff to not even happen in, some of my relationships and things that I've been in. But that's the part that I like, the playfulness. When that starts to go away and you get into that mundane BS routine, it almost becomes like a job, then it's not right. So
no.
So I know the type of person I am. I can get stuck in a routine and I get in a rut and I can't come up out of it. So I honestly don't believe that marriage is for me because I need that chase. I need excitement. I need to feel I'm actually going to lose you. And that by the end of the day, I'm going to be like, oh, hell no, you're going to lose me. And I don't call it a game, but it keeps both of us on our toes to where we never would take each other for granted.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And you just got to do things different. So for our 20th, what I did was I said we're going to do a picnic, and I'm going to shout out to my girl for Gussie Picnic because she did that, and then we did a photo shoot.
Yeah.
So we had a picnic, photos, click, click, click. Then we went and we changed clothes. And I wanted something that was like kind of high fashion editorial and had a fabulous Brian Anthony. And it was just awesome. It was just awesome. And just doing things to keep things, keep things alive, keep things fresh and new. So, it's like, let's go and have a picnic. Let's go do a photo shoot. And then to top it off, we went to Savannah for 6 days.
That sounds real nice.
And it was awesome, and it was romantic. It was fun. So I've got to kick it up another notch.
That's what's up. I like that. I like the picnic You know, I've never been on a picnic. One person that did invite me on a picnic invited me when it was starting to get dark. And I said, oh no, this doesn't work right. And then somewhere along the lines, ropes and cuffs were part of the conversation. And I said, oh, how to tie me up late at night in no park. I don't see that. So needless to say that I never had a picnic in the park, but that is definitely one of the things that I would love to do.
And you know, that's a art picnic.
Yeah, remember back in the day, cartoons and stuff used to show, you know, picnics and couples and all that stuff. I mean, I was straight up loving Yogi Bear. That was one of my favorite cartoons. And stealing all the picnic baskets and all that stuff. Like, people don't do that. Yeah.
No, they don't. But you know what? You can do it you can do it in your living room. You could do it at a park. I mean, you know, you could do it at a baseball game.
Oh,
I mean,
no. We need to be in a park. We need to be in a park, old school, the way that it was intended to. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up.
For sure. Yeah. This has been like awesome.
I just want to say, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Sometimes people, when they come on a phone, can be just like, so much and been friends and talking for so long. And the first time that we have had a live conversation was at 9:00 today. And I just thank you so much for coming on. Your energy is just amazing and awesome. What you bring here to the table works well with me, and it just flows so well. I mean, there are times when people don't flow well with me, and I'm just like, all right, I'm coming with it. I'm coming with it. I'm pulling you through and pulling you through, and you're pulling the other way. It's like tug of war thing. But this is just absolutely amazing, and I can't even watch the replay back. You definitely are Nikki Bird, thank you so much for coming on. If you can just, you know, close us out of here, let us know what we need to support you tonight, and I will make sure that I tell everyone who watches the 411 podcast to go ahead and, you know, follow you, like, comment, and all of that great stuff.
Oh, well, you know, it's been a pleasure. I just appreciate the opportunity because, you know, life is short. And one thing that I like to say is I might get hit by a bar, so why not do it today? So if you got that favorite dress, that's another thing COVID taught me. If you got that favorite dress, you got that favorite whatever, don't wait. Just do it. I had a dress sitting in the closet. What? I got dressed up. I wasn't going nowhere. I put it on.
Yeah, I hear you. That's what we have to do. That's called that self-love, and you have to continue to do that. You ain't going nowhere but smelling like $1 million, looking like $1 million, and by you doing that, by you treating yourself that way, you feel so much better, and you're empowering your own self, and you have no idea that you're actually doing that.
That's absolutely right. So I just say I might get hit by a busted bar, so why not do it today?
With that. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to invite you back on. Hopefully, I'll see you in a couple months back here on the Forum podcast, because I want to talk to you again. This was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes. All right. Take care. I will see you soon. And, you know, good luck with all of those wedding plans, all that wonderful stuff you got going.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. That was amazing. There you have it, Miss Nikki Bird building. What a wonderful personality, beautiful spirit, beautiful person. Y'all go ahead and check her out. Miss Lee Dennis, thank you so much. I'll have to take a look at SOS. Thank you. You actually inspire me in so many ways that you don't even know. So many people who come here on a 411 podcast inspire me in ways that you cannot imagine. And I say it every night, and I'm going to keep saying it And I'm going to keep saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it. But thank you all so much, because remember, there was a time when this was only, a vision, a dream that was inside of me, and I had no idea how to make this thing come out. And I always used to say, what is it that you want me to do, God? I think that I want to do this. I think I want to do that. And the 411 podcast had all of these crazy things, and had all of these crazy visions of how this was supposed to be. And I had like, a 8-panel discussion going on with all these people, and it was going to be audio at first only and not the visual thing. And I just didn't know how to make it work. And I'm looking at people that I could look up to, like Steve Harvey, which is one of the biggest inspirations for me of how I continue to, do this here. And I just kept asking, what is it? What is it that you want me to do? And somehow I got up one day and I hit play or whatever live on Instagram. And next thing you know, it kept happening, and I kept having something in me that said, we got to do more, we got to do more, we got to push, push, push. Next thing you know, something said, go ahead and go on Facebook and open that up. So it was Instagram and Facebook, and then something said, why not? You're here now. You might as well just kick the door open and do it a little bit more. And, even now, I'm still thinking of ways to expand the 411 podcast. Like, why stop? I mean, I have to fight myself because I can get a little crazy sometimes, but leave it to me. I'm going to be on every single social media platform that I possibly can get my hands on. So, but, I want to make sure that I do it the right way, and I'm not just, doing something reckless. And, quality over quantity is very important to me. So until we fix the ish that is going on some of these platforms, I don't think that I'm going to add more, but we're definitely going to add some throughout the year. But so many people that I watched before doing this, I still look up to them, and I still watch them, and I still support them. And, the same type of thing is going on. I might be of an inspiration to you, but you have to understand that I look up to people too. And I watch people too. And it's just that trickle down effect. So, as you try to figure out what you're going to do, whatever your thing is, Nikki has the, floral business and arrangements going on. This person here might, let's talk about Jetta with My Rap Tribe. She has her on, how many people are looking at her? How many people are looking at Nikki? How many people are looking at me? So you have to look at it and say, okay, if this is my gift, this is what I have. Thank you. What can I do to be of service to somebody else and inspire somebody else? So I understand what I have going on right now. It took me a while to figure it out. It took me a while to get that confidence to understand. But now that I know it, I just want to be the best person that I can possibly be for the people who are out there watching. And without you, none of this will be possible, because I'll be sitting here talking to myself. So, and although talking to yourself sometimes is great, but I'd rather have you all in here. And I thank you all for watching the replays and the comments and all of that. Trust and believe. I thank you so much. Now, if you would like to support the 411 podcast, you can go ahead and click the link above. All of my social media platforms, that is on Facebook, that is on Instagram, that is on TikTok, that is on Twitter, and that is on YouTube. If you click those links, go inside there, you'll find some interesting things in there. And one thing is Shop Black Diamond. So if you go ahead and click on that link and purchase something inside there, it will help support the 411 podcast and Reading Between the Wines. And I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you who have supported and purchased, and all of the fly pictures and all that stuff, and the people who are requesting special things from Black Diamond. I thank you all so much. I could not do it without you. And all of that love that you've given me, I'm turning around and giving it back to you the best way that I know how to do it. And tomorrow, join me for Mr. David Wayne Fox coming in the 411 podcast. And I love his photography. I love how he takes you on a journey. And we're going to talk about some of his pictures and, some of the places that he's been. I'm a person who likes to travel and stuff. So I'm traveling, through him and his pictures and stuff like and having some conversations. So what I want to go ahead and leave y'all with is keep knocking. You have got to keep knocking, and you cannot give up. When one door closes, trust and believe that another one is going to open. You know, one man trash is another one treasure. So now I have to ask y'all a question out there. How many times have you been somebody's trash? Because I know I've been. I have been thrown out. I have been kicked to the side. I have been talked about. I have been dogged out. But trust and believe that you ain't going to sit on the side of that curb for too long. You ain't going to sit in that garbage can for too long. After a while, somebody is going to come across you, pick you up, scoop you up, dust you off, and show you exactly who you are. Trust and believe. I just have to say that. And you know what? During that process, maybe you not have to wait for man to pick you up, because sometimes we know that if you put your trust and you put all your energy into man, you might have a problem, because I don't know when it's going to happen, today, tomorrow, next week, next year, whatever the case may be, but man will always let you down. And if you've been somebody like you who was always looking up to man, always trusting man, always trying to do so much for man, only to find out that man is going to turn around and do that 180 at one given point, one time, and then you looking somewhere, looking stupid, feeling a certain way, wanting to do a drive-by late at night, whatever the case may be. So I try not to put my trust in man. But one person who has honestly picked me up time and time again and has told me, you know what, Laren, I got you. You might be jacked up. You might say this, you might say that, you might do some things that are just inappropriate and don't make any sense. And I done told you no 1,000 times, but here you are sitting here saying yes. You hanging around the same old people that ain't got nothing for you today or tomorrow. And all they want to do is take. And all you're turning around and doing is giving. And I done told you about before, but you're going to bump your head and you're going to keep on making these mistakes. And I know that you're going to make these mistakes. But when they throw you out for trash, when they put you in those plastic bags, and when you are all twisted up and jacked up, I got you. I got you so much just like this. So I have to thank my executive producer for having me so much, because let me tell you, people, let me tell you, I could have not been here today without my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I just want to say thank you so much, because when they didn't have me, he had me. And that's all that I have to say. You know, like my girl, Mary J., all that I can say, sometimes you just get so dumbfounded. You get so just out of your mind. Like, I can't believe that all of the mistakes that I've continued to make time and time again, you continuously pick me up and scoop me up off of my feet and keep me going every single time. And you know what? You have to be very careful, because you can't continue to do the same thing over and over again, thinking that things are going to work out, because that's insanity. So, I mean, you done got me through something one time. You got me through it a second time. Here you are a third time. All right, so now that I understand, I need to be a little bit more smart, and I need to be a little bit more clear, and I need to ask you to help guide me, because I believe that if I make another mistake, you ain't going to be so forgiving. So I don't know if that has happened to you, but it definitely has happened in my life, and I am forever changed. I just want to say thank you to my executive producer for pulling me through. And if he did it for me, I'm sure that he can do it for you. And on that note, good night, y'all. I will see you tomorrow, 411 podcast, 10 o'clock at night. I pray that everything went good tonight as far as the audio and the visual, because it was a wonderful show. Thank you so much for Nikki Bird for coming in. Thank you so much for everyone who supports me. SOS. Jonathan, I see you out there. I saw Nicole's Closets out there. I want to thank my aunt, Barbara, for always coming in and supporting. Thank you so much. It's just amazing. I saw my cousin out there a couple nights in a row. My cousins are on Facebook. I see them coming on Instagram. You have no idea what it means just for y'all to show up. And thank you so much. Have a good night. I will talk to y'all tomorrow at 10 o'clock, 411 podcast. Good night, y'all. Thank you so much. I believe it's Kizzy's Things, and you shared it on TikTok. We got to bring some more people inside on the TikTok side, and thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that. Thank you all for hanging on Instagram. SOS, you did the damn thing tonight. Thank you so much. Take care. Good night, Facebook. Good night, Twitter. Good night, YouTube. Take care now. Good night.